"Salty needs assistance down at Brendam," said the station master to Edward. "Could you help, please?" "Of course." Edward had just come back from taking his stopper and was to be the back engine, but the station master told him the docks were packed with trucks and Salty couldn't handle the work on his own. "But who will push the trains while I'm gone?" wondered Edward as he set off. "I will assign a replacement for you while you're gone." And he telephoned the yards, but there was not a single engine available. Gordon, meanwhile, was the only engine in the sheds at Tidmouth. "Sometimes," he thought, "it's really tiring to keep up appearances for pulling express trains all the time." "Well, you may like this," chuckled the driver. "Oh, and what would that be?" "I got a call from Wellsworth. Edward's called away and the station master said that you are to be the back engine until Edward returns." "Me?" Gordon spluttered. But I'm an express engine, not a banker. Why can't James do it? He likes jobs like that." "Like it or not, Gordon, you're going to do it. Besides, there's no other engine available." Groaning horribly, the big engine puffed away. When they arrived, the station master was waiting on the platform, and he greeted them warmly. "Now, first engine to arrive is Murdoch with a fruit train, then Derek with the goods from the works." "Who's Derek?" "He's a diesel that's going to have another overhaul due to having teething troubles," answered the station master. "Now off you go." So, Gordon kept busy helping the other engines out, grumbling like anything as he did. "This is disgraceful," he complained to Bear. "I should not be lowered to such duties like this. I should be out pulling passengers." "I know how you feel, Gordon," replied Bear. "You see, I was once a banker here and all, and wished that I was pulling trains. But I didn't let that bother me that much to get the job over and done with. If I were you, Gordon, I would stop moaning and just get on with it." Gordon rolled his eyes as Bear departed. "I knew he wouldn't understand. After all, he's just a diesel." At that moment, Derek rolled in, and he hooted his horn to say he needed a push. "Hello there," he smiled. "You must be the replacement banker?" "Yes, and you must be the failure," muttered Gordon. Derek became sceptical. "Yes, my class wasn't successful, but I'm a survivor for dealing with the problems. Now can I have a push?" "No. If you need help, then you're not working hard enough." Derek couldn't argue any longer, and so asked his driver to go up the hill on his own. "Are you sure?" wondered the driver. "We will need help on there." "No, it will be fine, I'm sure," answered Derek, and with that he growled off towards the hill. Boko had seen everything and wasn't too happy with Gordon. He rolled up to him and gave him a piece of his own mind. "You're a real nasty piece of work, aren't you? You came here to push and help other engines up the hill. What is your problem with Derek?" "Like I said to him," snarled Gordon, "he is a failure, and I do not bank up heaps of junk that are really useless." "What utter rubbish! Derek works very hard and you know it. If Edward was here now, he wouldn't be fussing about anyone he helps. After all, he's a proper engine. What are you?" Gordon fell into silence, and then he realised what a fool he had been. "Driver, please take me to the hill at once," he said at last. So with a wheesh of steam, Gordon went to help Derek. He found him stuck, growling uncomfortably on the slope. Gordon buffered gently behind the brake van. "So have you decided to come to your senses, Gordon?" Gordon took a deep breath.
Yes, I'm sorry for my harsh words. I'll never say anything horrible to you again. Can you forgive me?
"Yes, Gordon, apologies accepted. Now let's get over this hill."
Yes, let's.
So slowly but surely, the two engines forced the train up the hill.
Come on. Come on,
puffed Gordon. "Nearly there. Nearly there." At last the top came into view. "Ha ha! We've done it! Farewell, Gordon, and thank you," cried Derek, and hooted his horn with delight. Gordon returned a peep, and then puffed back to the siding. Afterwards, Gordon continued to push the other engines up the hill, and he didn't fuss or even grumble. The next day, Duck arrived at the station with a long line of trucks. Duck was very surprised to see Gordon.
What are you doing here? He asked. I'm the replacement banker while Edward helps Salty at the docks, replied Gordon. I see. Well, let's get my train over the hill.
Gordon agreed, and the long cavalcade rolled out of the station and onto the hill. They puffed gamely on, and soon they approached the top, and Duck whistled to say that he could cope on his own.
Thanks, Gordon. You're welcome, Duck.
Later, Gordon was in his siding when he heard a familiar whistle. And there was Edward. He had finished his work and returned back to Wellsworth. "Hello, Gordon. I see you've grown accustomed to my duties," chuckled Edward. Gordon didn't say anything at first, but then said,
I find it quiet work for a change, so to speak.
"I also heard that you were being nasty to Derek, if I'm correct?"
Boko told you, didn't he? He certainly did.
The fat controller stepped out from the cab and turned to the big engine.
You have been a very silly engine, Gordon. I know you don't like being put on jobs like these, but I don't approve my engines having a grudge to others. But, he continued, since you've apologised and got on with the job, I will not punish you, but I will give you a warning if this happens again. Understand?
Gordon considered.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir. That's a good engine, said the fat controller. Now the express is waiting for you. Off you go, before the passengers get cross.
And he climbed onto Gordon's cab. Gordon smiled to Edward.
What a relief. You know what? I'm going to miss being a banker. I hope you will always do the best you can to help others, Edward, and thank you very much.
You're very welcome, old friend, replied Edward, and with steam hissing from his cylinders, Gordon puffed away from the station, happy as can be.